they're the guys that where the Border Patrol isn't, he is. Well, I'm going to let Tim tell you.
Tim Foley, Field Operations Director for Arizona Border Recon. This has actually got more strands of barbed wire than the fence we have around our place. Arizona has approximately 390 miles of border with Mexico. What you see right here is 85% of our border, which equates to 330 miles of the 390 miles is barbed wire and what we call the Normandy. So unless you're going to be invaded by horses and cows, this ain't stopping anything. There's also 10% of our border, which is approximately 39 miles, has that awesome media fence that is 12 foot high.
Can I excuse you a minute? I want to remind you again, guys, do not pull out on the grass. I'm already getting complaints about it. So do not pull out and pass everybody on the grass.
Okay.
I'll make arrangements so you can stay on the road. It's passing exactly why they don't want everybody down here.
Okay, we'll make sure.
And the other 5%, there's nothing. I've been down on the border for 8 years. I got tired of hearing the stories that the government and the media were telling me, which was 2 of them were, they're coming and doing jobs Americans won't do. Well, I was in construction for 35 years, and I ran a crew of 150 guys my last job, and 75% could not speak English. So I had to have an interpreter with me. Every Monday morning we would do a safety meeting, and I'd be missing half a dozen to a dozen guys. And I asked why, and they say E-Verify caught them. I, like most of you, believe that E-Verify, when it catches somebody who's not allowed to work in this country, they're deported. But they're not. They're allowed to stay, so basically the government's saying, hey, you can't work here, but it's okay if you hang out. 3 weeks later, I'd see the same guys showing up on the job, and I ask them what's going on. We just went out and bought another Social Security card, new ID, and it'll take them another 3 months to catch us. This past year, over 400,000 illegals were caught along the border. Now, by Border Patrol's own estimates, they only pick up about 30%. So if they caught 400,000, 1.2 million made it past this year and this year alone. So even though, I mean, the numbers that Sheriff Babu was saying, 22 million, I say you can throw another 11 on top of that. You're looking at more like 33 million. And the reason they don't do anything is, even though they're working here illegally, and they have those fake Social Security cards, they're paying into the Social Security fund about approximately $8 billion a year. But because the government is stealing that money out of the Social Security fund, and to keep you fat and happy or thinking everything's fine, they're using that $8 billion a year to pay the retired folks that are on Social Security. Now, there's 3 agencies involved with protecting this country: CBP, ICE, and Department of Homeland Security. Those 3 agencies have a combined budget of $51.1 billion with over 250,000 employees. With $51.1 billion to use and over 750,000 or 250,000 employees, why can you not secure 2,000 miles of the border? I'll make him an offer. Give me the $51 billion for 1 year and see how long I can secure this thing for. And I guarantee you, you get change back from your dollar. So, we have been on the border for 8 years. We monitor the cartel activity. I have over 75 scout locations GPSed in my area. I have their layups. I have their trails. I've walked over 2,000 miles of their trails in my area. And to this point, I've spent over $200,000 of my own money So I don't do it for fame. I don't do it for fortune because I'm losing my ass. It's because I love my country, and I don't want to see it turn into the politically incorrect word, a shithole. So, thank you for having me, and I'm sorry we had to meet under these circumstances to become good friends, Steve, Marianne, and the rest of the Angel families.